So today I'm going to be doing an eyebrow tutorial. I've gotten a lot of requests from this from, friends, family. So I thought that it would be a good kind of starter video, especially because I've been doing my eyebrows for a long time. I have very sparse and uneven eyebrows, so that has made it to where I've had a lot of practice, that sort of thing. I hope that you decide to subscribe to my channel, and let's get started. Okay, so I use two different techniques to achieve the look that I want to go for. Number one is I use just a white eye pencil to map out where I want my eyebrows to go because they're very uneven, and also, as you can tell, they're very sparse. Second is I keep one small mirror in front of me. Well, it's not small, but smaller. And then I have that mirror, a bigger mirror. So I am able to zoom in, look close up, and then also look out to make sure that they're even. Yeah, that's what I do to usually achieve the look that I want to go for. The product that I'm using today is the eyebrow. Looks like this. I use this all the time. Okay, and the brushes that I use is actually, the bigger one is this. It's by Benefit. It has a spoolie on one end and then a very fine tip on the other. It's a little larger than the one that comes with the eyebrow, which is the other one I use. See, this one's very, very small. So I like to use both of them because I'm high maintenance like that, but you can definitely just use one brush. So let's get started. Okay, so all I've applied is foundation, concealer, and a little bit of setting powder so far. I'm going to take my white pencil. This is just from Wet n Wild, 99 cents. You can use any kind of pencil because we're just going to be wiping it away with a Q-tip. So what you want to do is you want to use your nose to line. First, go right here. So you want to go on the side of your nose, take the pencil, and just drag it down like that. And then you do the same to the other side so that they'll be equal. And it's not like these lines have to be clean because we're going to be wiping them away, like I said. Okay, next. Okay, so you want to go like this. You go from the corner of your nose through your pupil. It will be where your arch is supposed to be. So you just, again, drag the pencil down. Then you do the same to the outside from your corner of your nose to the corner of your eye. And then you flatten the pencil out and drag it down. And then you look in the mirror that's behind the small mirror. Make sure you're happy with it, and then you just do the same to the other side. Okay, so when you're happy with that, then you can get started. The way I go about it first is to outline the underneath. Go from there. So we're going to first spoolie out. You're going to take, I usually like to get a fair amount of product this first time around, and then I swipe it off on the edge to get away any excess, or I usually keep a paper towel next to me. It's easier. So you just start right underneath and you start just feathering in your sparse spaces, making the outline underneath. Like that. Then you want to continue this line to where we made that white mark, making it very thin. Now, once that's outlined out, you want to go from where your arch is down and connect it to the tail. And remember just to use feathering motions. You want to go very lightly and do not put a good amount of pressure, just very light. Have some patience, and practice makes perfect. Just remember that.
Do you want my products?
You also want to remember that, you know, you don't have to just have a structured shape. You want to be able to find out what you like, play around with it. It's makeup, it's there to have fun. So don't think that you have to be in a box, you know, with your eyebrows or anything you do with your makeup. Just experiment with it, see the shape you like, and that's going to be the best way. Going over the lines I did. And now I am going to lighten up my pressure even more because I'm going to start going into the front of my brows. So you want to apply a little more pressure back here and lighten up back here so you have that great gradient effect in the front of your brows. And then just smooth over the lines wherever you need to. And it's okay if you make a mistake, because I'm going to go back in with this small detailed brush. That's going to help smooth the lines over, so it will be okay. Okay, so now I'm going to fill what I did in. I'm not going to fill in that front part right there because that's where I used the smaller brush. So we're going to start at the tail. Remember, this is where you apply the most pressure.
And then just continuing on.
And like I said, just get lighter and lighter as you go forward. Spoolie them out where you need to. If it starts to look a little clumpy or weird or anything like that, just spoolie that out. Okay, now that I'm getting into the front, I'm going to take the smaller brush, and it's a little softer too, so I think that's why I also like it to do the front. But I'm going to do an outline right here. So, and that's just because I like the way it looks. It's very structured. And I'm also going to go underneath here and make sure the line is nice and sharp. Okay, and then after you do that line, you're going to want to take the teeniest amount of product. Teeny. You take your brush like this, and you want to comb it upward ever so lightly, especially when you're in the front. You're trying to get the most product where this line is, and then feather it up from there. It starts to look the way you want it to. After you've done feathering it around this line, you take the brush this way and go like, so you're going up and down motions now, the way that the hair would grow. Okay, you want to make sure that you go out to this line being very light. I cannot emphasize that enough. If you're going for that gradient look, there's nothing wrong with if you want to do whatever you want to do. I'm just putting this out here to help people that may need a little extra help or just, you know, want advice. That's exactly what this is for. I had to move that curtain back there because the sun decided to shine in Washington. If that's not amazing, I don't know what is. Especially this time of year. Okay, now that you kind of have that where you want it, you're just going to spoolie it out. Especially where we made that line. Okay, so that is our finished eyebrow. Like I said, just have patience, practice. So I'm going to finish up my other eyebrow, wipe off these kooky white lines, and I'll be right back. So that's the video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed that it was helpful to somebody. I also wanted to talk about cleaning up your eyebrows. I use this trick all the time. So you just take a little bit of concealer, a little brush like this. This is an eyeliner brush from Real Techniques. But you can use any type of brush similar to this, just a little tiny brush, and you just go in and clean up your mistakes. I use that all the time, especially when I was first starting out. So don't forget to hit subscribe, and hope you guys all have a great day. Love you guys.